Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Palette of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new Warhammer 40,000 Imperium video. Now as per usual, if you like these videos, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course drop a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys. It goes an absolute massive way to help the channel too. And without further ado, let's crack on with it. So, as you may or may not know, Warhammer Age of Sigmar Mortal Realms magazine is due to finish very soon. We have 3 weeks left. So we're on issue 77 out of 80, and yeah, it's going to be sad to see it go. I've loved collecting the magazine. I've loved reading through the lore. Some of it I knew, some of it I didn't. And I have loved kind of getting to know, getting a bit of a conversation going with you guys regarding painting, regarding the models, regarding the lore, and everything. It's been really good fun, and I've gotten more into Age of Sigmar than I thought I ever would, considering that I already owned the Soul Wars box and painted models. So this has been really good fun for me. I've enjoyed it. Now, if you were unaware, Warhammer Imperium Magazine will be replacing good old Mortal Realms. This isn't the first 40k magazine they did. They also did Conquest, which was before Mortal Realms magazine came out, where you got basically everything from the starter sets of the 8th edition of 40k. So you got Death Guard units, and you also got a load of Space Marines. This time round, we're getting a load of Space Marines again, but we're also getting some Adeptus Mechanicus and some Sisters of Battle, and we have Necrons to oppose them. Now, a lot of the models are the ones from the start collecting boxes, but there will be a few extras in there as well. So there'll be extra units that will be coming along from the boxes that you don't get to start off your collection. You'll also get, of course, the usual stuff. So you'll get a whole host of lore that you may not have been aware of before, to do with 41st Millennium. You'll also get a whole host of how to play guides, tutorials, good old battle plans, the entire lot. Really good stuff. It's going to be good fun. But of course, I actually have a little bit of a fascination of knowing what we're going to get in advance. Now, we already know what's coming in the first few issues, so I'm going to quickly reel through those as we can. So, issue 1, you get your plastic range ruler, 6 plastic dice, you'll get a Necron Royal Warden, and a Primaris Lieutenant as well. So you get your first 2 minis. So you've got your first Necron and your first Space Marine. So if you're like me and this is really kind of the first attempt at going into 40k, you're getting off to a good start. So you have one main force, one opposing force, depending on who you want to pick, whether you're going to pick the Necrons and you want to play as more as Necrons, or if you want to play as the Space Marines and play mainly as the Space Marines. You've got the option straight away out of the first magazine. Now, of course, first magazine will be at a cheaper price point. This is the introductory offer, so this is £3 in the UK or about $5 in the US. Really good stuff. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I can imagine quite a few people snapping up the first issues just to get them 2 models and kind of, near enough make a whole force just of them, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, issue 2, we also know of as well because of a trial. And of course, this will come with 3 Necron Warriors. You'll also get, though, your starter paintbrush, which is, in all honesty, the very basic paintbrush that Citadel do. Very handy for new starters. Personally, I've been painting for a long time. I don't use it, or I'll use it as just for base coats, and that's generally it. And you'll also get your first paint though. Your first paint will be Rune Lord Brass. So this is perfect kind of colouring for the Necron Warriors as well. The way they're going to paint it is painting it directly onto the plastic. Personally, not something I would recommend, because you will churn through your Rune Lord Brass pretty quickly. Personally, I would recommend Mechanica Standard Grey as a base coat, and then your kind of metallics over the top of it. But it is ultimately your decision. Paint it how you want to paint it, but that is just my personal choice and my personal preference. Issue 2, getting you 3 more models, so you've got a force of 4 essentially going up against 1, which you can't really have, it's not very balanced. So of course issue 3 is going to correct that. So issue 3 comes with 3 Assault Space Marines, and you'll also get another paint, which is Macragge Blue. So this is enough to start being able to paint up your models as the Ultramarines. Now, I'm not going for Ultramarines. I'm not a big fan of that colour scheme. I think it's very, very basic, and I do want to do something slightly different. I just still haven't decided which chapter I'm going for yet. Part of me was tempted by the Exorcists, but I'm still not sure yet. So we will decide a little bit closer to the time. But by all means, let me know down in the comments what colour scheme you're going for, what chapter you're painting up your Space Marines, your Adeptus Mechanicus, and your Sisters of Battle as well, because they always have different chapters. And the Sisters of Battle are actually the ones I'm looking forward to the most out of these models. Now, once that issue is done, you're going to have you're going to have balanced forces again. But that, of course, can't last very long, because you're always going to get issues where you're going to have more of one than you are the other. And issue 4 will be no different. So issue 4, you get 3 Necron Scorpek Destroyers. Probably have pronounced that completely incorrectly. And you also get a 1 Plasma Sight, so 4 minis. And you get a pot of lead belcher paint as well, which is also very, very handy, especially for painting these robot buggers, because you're going to need it. Really, you're going to plow through them colours very, very quickly. So you're going to need them to carry on your painting. Now, with Conquest and with Mortal Realms, the 5th issues had exclusive models. This magazine will be no different. So, in issue 5, of Conquest, we had Lieutenant Calcius. Mortal Realms, we had Zandria Azurebolt. This time round, we have a Primaris Captain, and we don't really have the name of him yet, but really, really good stuff. A pretty cool, unique model. This is exclusive to the magazine as well, so imagine scalpers will be out in force trying to get this magazine, because they know for a fact they'll be able to sell that model for at least 10 quid, maybe more, probably a lot more in all honesty. So make sure you get your copy of the issue, just even if you just want to get that model and paint it up. Make sure you're on the hunt for it. Issue 6 is one that we didn't know beforehand from the good old trial period, and that is because they only released 4 issues and they didn't show off what was coming in the others. But I can reveal what's coming in with this one. So issue 6 will have 3 Space Marine Aggressors, which are quite heavily armoured Space Marines with pretty cool weapons and ginormous hands, and a pot of Abaddon Black. So this is very, very decent to kind of get you going and kind of carry on your new hobby if you're new to it, or if you're carrying on, this is enough to keep you going in terms of models for everything that we can get. So really, really good stuff. I'm kind of looking forward to it as well. Issue 7 is, in all honesty, it's the first issue where it's paints only, and that is because you get 3 pots of paint. You get Mechanicus Standard Grey, which is a fantastic base coat colour paint. You get Corax White, also very, very good if you're painting ghosts, for instance, for Mortal Realms. If you're going to use Corax White in good old this Imperium Magazine, chances are they'll tell you to use it mainly on the inside of cloaks and on faces as well, with Reichland Flesh Shade, for instance, or something like that. But we'll see with that one. And the third paint, Retributor Armour. A brilliant gold colour, probably one of the best gold colours that are made by Citadel. So really, really good stuff. It's going to be really, really handy, and it's definitely going to come in use. Issue 8 is the first one where we don't know the 110% the model that you're going to get, which because it is the Necron Overlord. So the Necron Overlord, it could be the one that you get from the starter sets, from the Command Edition and the Elite Editions, for instance, or it could be the single standalone Necron Overlord model. From a lot of rumours going around, it is actually the standard one, the singular one, which means the value of the magazine is actually a lot higher. We'll wait and see, but a really cool looking model if it is this one, and it should be really, really good stuff. And I must admit, definitely one to look out for, and definitely a cool one. Issue 9, we get your normal kind of chump warriors for the Necrons. So this is the first half of Sprue B from the Indomitus and 9th edition starter sets. So this should be a handful of Necron warriors and a Scarab Swarm, apparently. Yeah, we'll see if it actually does genuinely turn out to be exactly that. I imagine it probably will be, but one to bulk out your army straight away. Issue 10, and the last issue that I know of with any kind of varying degree of certainty of what we're getting, is more Necron warriors and the Scarab Swarm. So this is the other half of Sprue B from that starter set. It's actually pretty good, pretty decent. You know, you've got quite a lot of units, so you're going to have 10 Necron warriors and 2 or 3 Scarab Swarms in the space of 2 issues. So you have a decent force to get going with. This is going to keep you going for a little while. Then we'll move into issue 11 and 12 and so on and so on and so on. 80 issues in total for this magazine. Loads of cool bits to look out for. So loads of new models, loads of pretty cool bits and pieces for 40k. Should be really, really good. I am looking forward to it. Should be good fun. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And of course, if you want to and you want to carry on talking about it and you don't want to be just commenting on YouTube all the time, you can join my Discord server, which the link is in the top description down below. And yeah, we'll carry on with that. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you very, very soon. And have a good day. Bye bye now.